Okay, well, it's in the shack. It powers up. You can probably see that the backlight bulb is out on the bottom dial. Yes, mate, on the top one's okay. Got some audio. I've rigged up an antenna. It's a little bit of a shaky connection because there isn't an SO239 at the back of these receivers. That's a modification that was often done to them. This one's just got the wire terminals. So we've had to rig something up to connect it to my my antenna. That's BBC Radio 4 on long wave, 198 kilohertz. Go up the band a little bit. And that's Irish station RTE. So it's working on that band. Let's take it up to medium wave. And
going local in Acapulco.
Okay, so we've got some local stations coming through on medium wave.
Sports, we've got Boy and Mike coordinates for some non-sport.
Let's try the next band. That's 1.6 to 4.5. This time of day, well, we might get something on 80 meters. Let's have a look. I'm not using the band spread here because this dial's rather sticky, and I can only get so far with it, as you can probably see there. We'll open the radio up shortly and have a look to see why that is. So, a little touchy on the main tuning dial. Picking up a lot of interference. This radius is very, very sensitive to interference. So let's try the next band. I think we're going to get anything on there. Let's have a look. Go back to AM mode. So we're now on 4.5 to 13. So we're on this scale here. Okay, so it seems fairly sensitive. Pick it up a bit here. Let's go highest of the bands. Let's have a look down on maybe around 17 megs, 16 meter band, see if we can pick anything up there. Meters maybe. Okay, so we're not getting a great deal there. See if we can use the band spread a little bit here. Either conditions are very poor. I mean, as I say, the antenna setup here is not brilliant, but we're not really getting much luck on this band. Let's go back down. Maybe the set's a little bit deaf there, I don't know. Okay, anyway, it appears to be working. As I say, the antenna setup's not ideal because of the connections on the back at the moment. We just quickly rigged something up. I know this is pretty much stuck and the backlight's out. We could do with a proper connector on the back of this too. So let's have a look inside. Right, so here it is all opened up. You can see the tuning mechanism here. These two wheels and the tuning cord. Camera probably won't pick it up, but down there, I can remember now that I have opened this setup once before. I hadn't actually plugged it in and tried it until today. But it's obviously been the property of a fairly heavy smoker at some stage. Just looking down here, which the camera probably won't pick up because of the lighting, but it looks quite a lot like there's some nicotine staining, and it's even these dial cords, which, as I say, we've got an issue with these anyway, because the cord is wearing and it's all sticking in. But I don't know if we can see that on there. Okay, yeah, there it is. That's the colour, just wiping the dial cords here. That's a bit nasty, really. So it's just an illustration of what cigarette smoke does. So quite a complex cord system, and I wouldn't like to be restringing this, but if this radio is ever going to be used again properly, that's what's going to have to happen. I remember the DX200 I had. I was probably a 14-15-year-old kid at the time, and you know, I used it all the time. All my spare time was spent on one of these, and eventually that dial cord wore out to the extent I think it actually snapped, and a local radio ham at the time was kind enough to restring it all for me, and he didn't seem to have any problem. It worked very well after that, but he must have been very skilled, because I don't think he even had the service manual or the diagram as to how this thing is strung. I'm sure I found a copy of that information somewhere, but it still looks a little bit daunting, particularly where the dial cord attaches to these springs. So the upper wheel here is the main tuning, and the lower one is the band spread, and we're looking down the inside of the main tuning drum here, and you can see the band spread drum here below it. There's a bulb in here. I don't know if you can just make it out there. That's the one that's actually working on the main dial. So there's obviously going to be an equivalent one underneath that's gone out. I'll probably look to change those for LEDs anyway. Right, while I've got this open, I'm going to clean it up a little bit. Also just show you the antenna connections at the rear. So it's just got these sort of screw wire terminals. No SO239. The only other connector there is a external speaker jack, and that's it. So it's a pretty simple receiver. There's the rear of the S meter, and I'm guessing the S meter bulb lives in there. So while we got it open, we'll give it a little bit of a clean.